Time to look for alternatives. There's always a better solution somewhere or the other. And even in this situation, we have a better way. Hello and welcome back guys to another video. Yesterday on Instagram, I shared a news which came from an official Twitter handle from IRCC, which talks about certain things which got some mixed reactions. Now, most of the reactions were negative, but there is always a positive side. And today we will talk about the problems which is out there, and then also a solution, what is available to us, what are the options rather which are available, but we never cared because we always had that one big option which was of the express entry. So to start the video, I'm gonna share what was the mandate. Now, I'm not going to talk about what is the mandate in detail. I will put the link in the description about that mandate. But what it talks about is, number one is there will be no FSW draw in the first 6 months of 2022. Now, having said that, there wasn't any draw in last year and everybody was complaining why there is no communication, but finally today we have at least a communication which says for the next 6 months there will be no express entry draw for FSW category. Why there is no FSW draw? The reason they gave us was they have a heavy backlog of files which they still need to process, and there is no point to add the workload by issuing more ITAs and then giving a PR in a very long span of time. You will not be able to enter the country anyway. It is better that they don't issue an ITA, and by doing that they are focusing on the files which are already in pipeline. So the good news over here is people who have already applied, people who are already waiting to enter Canada, their file will at least get processed. The backlog would be cleared. Right now, the processing time is about 20 months, which used to be 6-7 months. They're trying to cut that processing time back to normal, and that's why they won't be doing any FSW draws. Now, number two thing was there will be no CEC draw as well. CEC draw was for Canadian experience class. So for people who are already in Canada, they already have enough profiles in the express entry pool, and that's why they said they will pause that particular thing as well for next 6 months. There might be some draw after 6 months, but for now they have put a halt on it. If you have been following the immigration news, in last 2 months they have shared a lot of data about how many profiles are already in the express entry right now. They are close to over 200 profiles in the express entry pool which are ready for the next FSW draw, but there is nothing happening because there was no draw in the last year. All the draws were PNP or CEC specific, and because of this travel delays, pandemic, entire 2020-2021 was washed out, and they were not able to issue as many ITAs as they could have for foreign workers. So they shifted their goal. They gave more ITAs to CEC or PNP applicants, which also helped a lot of students. They also mentioned that the CRS cutoff may go beyond 500, but again, it is just an speculation because there are a lot of applicants in line, and whenever the next draw happens, it's pretty obvious that people who have more points will get through the next express entry draw. But again, we'll see how it goes because they still have a target to meet. So I'm sure there would be some better news after 6 or 7 months. So these were a few problems which were shared, or rather I would say there was a communication through which they shared what is their side of the story, why the things are happening, why if there's a backlog, what is the plan in place to clear the backlog, and because of that, what will happen in the next 6 months. It was really frustrating for people who were looking to apply for express entry because there was no communication coming from IRCC. The entire year was wasted and still there was no clear communication. So at least the better news is that they have communicated that there will be no draw for next 6 months in these two categories, which gives the existing files a chance to see results in a shorter span of time compared to 20 months, which is the current processing time. Now, these were the problems. Let's talk about solutions. What are the available options for you guys to enter Canada or get permanent residence? So the number one solution out there is for people who are outside Canada, try and look for other PNP options. Now, recently, a lot of provinces have announced a great provincial nominee programs. Provinces like Alberta, who is really sharing positive news with the tech industry. Also, Atlantic provinces, which are now a permanent program instead of a pilot program, which they had for last couple of years. So looking at the PNP options might be a great idea because in that way you can enter Canada, start working, start getting Canadian experience, and then apply for your PR during that process. I will make few videos on PNP programs in the coming weeks, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel so that you get the notification when I upload that. Another way to enter Canada for people who are outside and trying to apply for express entry is by working on your present skills. Try to add more points to your current CRS score if you can, because there might be few options where you can. So if your score was 460, try to add another 30-40 points if possible. I know saying this is very easy to add 40 points, but it takes a lot of time to add those 40 points. But if you can, look at your profile, because every profile is different. Look at the profile and try to go beyond 500 if possible. If not, wait for another 6 months. When the express entry draw comes in, we'll see what's going on, because it is too early to predict any score at the moment. Also, just by waiting and not doing anything to your CRS score will also hamper your chances of entering Canada. So my recommendation would be, if you can add any value to your CRS score, go ahead and look into your express entry profile and see where you can improve. Now, the next solution is for people who are inside Canada and were really looking for CEC draws to happen so that they get their chances to apply for express entry. Now, for those, number one thing is, if you have enough time. So let's say if you are in your first year of your work permit and you still have 2 more years left, don't panic. Wait for another CEC draw, which might happen in 6-7 months. You may get an opportunity to get through express entry and save some time and money. I know once you are on work permit, you try to hustle up for your PR, but this is not the time to panic, because people have been waiting for even for the next rounds to happen. So you are still in a better situation. You can wait for 6-7 months, work on your profile and try to add value to that. Again, not to forget, do not panic. Things will come your way without any doubt, because you are in Canada already. Now, for people who do not have enough time and are already in Canada, they can look for PNP options, but my recommendation is look at the processing times as well, because PNP processing time right now, if you have already applied, is about 6-7 months. If you haven't applied, it's over 2 years. So you will anyway have to wait. So wait for the next 6-7 months for the next CEC draw to happen, and you might have a better chance in getting your permanent residence. But again, having said that, if you have really less time, you can explore more PNP options. Last but not the least, highly recommended, but it totally depends upon how much funds you have. The most easiest way to enter Canada would be through a study visa. I've recently made a video. You can check that out and see what are the benefits if you come to Canada as a student, and you can explore your options through study visa. Having said that, you will require more funds compared to our express entry draw, but it will definitely add more value to your profile, because studying in Canada will give you a boost to get express entry, also work in Canada and get Canadian experience. These were all the updates and my recommendations for you guys. Last but not the least, do not panic. There's always a positive thing every time anything is shared. It's just about how we look at it. I'll keep you posted with any update on this news. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace. Now, there's always a second side, so we should focus on things which are in our hands, not for some things which are not in our hand.